Najia Amil. And I'm back with another video, you guys. Hey, everybody. Today, we are going to go into Bible study. I'm so excited for this. We are in Proverbs 20 today. I have been reading Proverbs for the past 20 days, so I'm pretty excited to share what I have learned with you guys. We're also going to talk about healing because I'm in my healing journey. And yeah, I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable today. Like I said, Sundays is for that. So welcome to Update with Emil. I am reading from the King James Version. Look at it. It's so cute. So yes, I'm in Proverbs 20. It's called Full Proof Instructions. Like I said, it's gonna be a mix of Bible study, a mix of my healing journey. We're gonna get straight into it. The first verse is wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whoever is deceived thereby is not wise. This verse has spoke so much to me. Food. Like as I'm healing, I was learning that being under the influence was not what I should be doing a lot, um, because of decisions that I make. And that is what verse one is just saying. If you are not making wise decisions when you are under the influence, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So it is best that you really look at yourself when you are doing things under the influence and truly probably just continue to learn and grow from it. And to furthermore talk about decisions, I just want to be clear that I don't think that God is just saying, what do you do outwardly or your physical decisions, like what you're doing physically. I really think it means your emotions too, your mental, because Proverbs talk a lot about the heart and it talks a lot about the mind. So I just think that he means in everything that you do, if it's not good under the influence, then you probably should rethink that what you are doing. And so that's just all I think that verse one is saying. And I think that was very strong to come into, especially like me as a college student. That's like what people do a lot. And I was really looking at my own self and it's like, it's not for me. And I never really was a heavy drinker anyway. Truly, I don't really get too drunk for real. Like, I literally, maybe I can count how many hangovers I truly had. So it's not like anything that I didn't know before. Like I always knew that over consuming alcohol wasn't for me. It's not something that I'm going to do. And for me, I realized it once because my thoughts wasn't good. Once my thoughts became bad, like really, really dark thoughts, I was like, I can't over drink. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to verse 5. Counsel in the heart of men is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. What this basically is just saying is that getting advice from people is very deep. Take it. Don't have think it's an attack to you or your character or you as a person. It's really just being open to hearing other perspectives and understanding that they're not coming to attack you. If you feel attacked, gotta look and reflect on yourself. And that's another thing like that I really learned on this healing journey is that everything that people say to me is not an attack. It's okay. The last part of verse 5 is, but a man of understanding will draw it out. He's just saying that a person that takes counsel and truly dissect the counsel and take the advice, so counsel is advice, a man of understanding will draw it out. A man of understanding will actively put into your life, will actively think about it and change and transform and take the advice. But just be mindful who you're taking it from. Make sure that it's a person that you trust. Make sure it's a person that you love. Make sure it's a person that, has a really good heart and comes from a good place. You don't want to just take counsel from anybody. We're going to go to verse 8 through 10 and 23. 10 and 23 says the same thing, which says, divers weights and divers measures. Both of them are alike an abomination to the Lord. Basically, what we're just hearing is that just judge the sin, not the person. Meaning, at one point in time, a person that did something bad to you, you love them for some type of reason. Take hold and take truth to that person that that you love. You just want to judge what the person did to you. I'm going to go ahead right to verse 13, baby. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thy eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. Verse 13 is simple. Don't be lazy. it will lead you to poor. And this is just, again, figuratively and literally. Don't love sleep, it will leave you to poor. Don't be lazy, it will leave you to poor. Don't keep putting it off to tomorrow. You have a poor mindset. Don't keep not trying to get up and get ready and get cute for your day. It won't bring you anything but laziness. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. Literally open your eyes. Get up. That's what I'm learning. Like, I'm a very lazy person, and I know this. And although I do accomplish everything anyways, but I have a thing where I put things off and I say, wait, 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 I can wait, I can wait, I can wait. And it puts a lot of pressure on myself. So in turn, reading verse 13, I'm just like, I just gotta get up, you know, um, to be satisfied. That's just what's gonna have to happen. You can't keep complaining about the position you are in, but you're doing nothing about it. You're sleeping all the time, if you're always putting it off, if you're just stepping over it literally and figuratively, like if you know you're supposed to clean your room and you're just stepping over it and then you complain that your room is dirty. Be for real. You know, like when I really look at that, I just be like, girl, get up. I'm gonna go ahead and just go straight into the verses now. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Again, I'm in Proverbs 20, but verse 19 is just basically talking about you to just stay away from gossipers. Like, and I look at this such a different way. I look at it as two both ways. You don't be a gossiper, but you also got to look at, if you really say all the time, I don't gossip, I don't talk about people. Why do people come to you to talk about people? You have to engage in that conversation. You are a gossiper, and you have to take accountability for your actions. You have to take accountability for that also. You may not actively go and gossip about people and talk about people, but if you are actively engaged in a conversation about somebody else, then you are too a gossiper. Just because you didn't bring it up, just because you didn't put it to the forefront, do not mean that you're not a gossiper. Engage conversations that's uplifting. Engage conversations that's going to further continue to grow you. Like, period. That's really what gossip. The gossip just tears you down. It tears other people down. Verse 22 spoke a lot to me because especially like this past year has been really hard, and I keep wanting to get up and keep wanting to go get my own revenge on things, and then I sit there and I'm just like, you know what? Something always stopped me. But God is just saying in verse 22 that He will handle the revenge. He will avenge you. The key word in there is wait. Us as human beings, we're not patient. We don't want to wait, but you guys have to wait on God. Like, it's okay. And just know that it's going to come in the right time. It's going to be great because He just great. We're going to go to verse 24. I love verse 24. I'm actually going to read that one because I really, really love that verse. Men's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? God just saying that I make the plans for you. I have the plans. Proverbs 3, verse 5. Don't lean your own understanding. So if God is going to direct your steps, trust God in directing your steps. Trust it, believe it, hold on to it. Don't lean to your own understanding. Let God direct you, let God guide you. Verse 27 is very much on game of the world today. God is saying that He hears the most inner part of you. A lot of people say that they're not a person because that's not what they show to the world. You got to understand that God hears your thoughts and God hears your heart. So you can't say, God, that's not me. That's not me. God heard your thoughts and God knows your heart. He knows the innermost part of you. Get that straight. And then say that you don't do it. I put this verse last because this verse comes also will connect to First Kings chapter 11. And I love this comparison that I found on YouTube. Like, this was amazing. And this First Kings chapter 11 is about Solomon. I love Solomon's story. Like, since a kid, I've been reading Solomon since a kid. And I'm 21, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I get to reread it. I have a better understanding of things, of course. And so this is basically what going to go to verse 7. I know it's like backwards, but we're going to end in this one. Verse 7 is just saying that what you do affect your children. A lot of people think that leaving behind a trust fund, leaving behind a inheritance is enough. But in reality, how you live your life is how your children are going to live their life. You know what they say, like, if your parents go to prison, you're bound to go to prison. If your parents in gangs, you're bound to do it. Parents on drugs, you're bound to do it. So we know these things, and yet, like, a lot of us think that what we do is okay. I like to use this analogy of the fruit. So a spoiled fruit and a good fruit, they're both going to become spoiled. So you really want to understand who you're around, because the way that you walk into life affects many people. Especially if you find yourself to be a leader of some sort, you gotta understand that what you do is going to jeopardize other people. So you want to walk and live uprightly. So not just your children, it can affect your friends, it can affect your family. So you just want to be mindful of how you are walking and living your life, not just living. And this is really shown in First Kings chapter 11 with Solomon, where he just went the wrong way. He turned away from God. He idolized things. He had 700 wives. He put all these things above God. So again, if you're a person that consistently turns to drugs and you're teaching your child this is what you do, just know that it's gonna happen. And you know, and here in Solomon's story, God got rid of all his wives but one, but not because of Solomon, because of David. Because of David love for God, because of David righteousness and how he lived his life for God. And David wasn't a perfect man. None of us are, right? But God, I mean, David loved God. God knew that within his heart, in his mind. Then God knows your inner part. So you can say that I love God all day, but again, He knows what's in you. So that's what God took into account. He took all the tries away. Yeah, He took the tries away and said, "Oh no, not today." So that's the end of Proverbs 20. I really learned a lot from this Proverbs. I learned that what I do wrong, how I can fix it, and how God says to do it. And again, with me saying that I want to be a woman of God, I have to be mindful of these things, and I have to continuously put this into play. So, um, this week I'm just gonna work on making sure that I get up and not be lazy this week, and just continue to keep showing up. So now I want to get into healing, and I'm titled it just from Jerry Flowers Jr., who I watched this morning, and he said the power of healing. Um, it's a lot, people who saying this is what you got to do to heal, this is what you got to do to heal, this is that, and it can get distracted. And that's why I just say take a step back from social media and really go into look into your own life. Okay, the first thing that Jerry Flowers Jr. started with was that, still got some fight left. I unintentionally knew this about myself. Um, I had to get a lot, not get over, but just get through a lot of things this past year. And the internal thought of me was that I still had it in me to get through it. I knew that I had the power. I knew that I had the strength, and that carried me through. Jay Flowers made this a really, really good analogy. Like, he's saying that, shovel, and then there's this hill part of you. Somebody's always going to want to go and use that shovel and dig it up, throw it in your face, keep doing it. That's all that's going to happen. Again, what you respond to is going to be ultimate. Is you really healed or not? Hey, Jerry Flowers went to Mark 3, which, again, Jesus' anger, baby, we've seen it. Here we are on a Sabbath day, and these people that claims to be God, are so mad that people are working on Sabbath day. They're more concerned about that than they are about this man with his shriveled hand. And I just want to leave off with a question of, what are you most concerned about that stops you from looking at the overall picture, that stops you from healing, that stops you from being kind, that stops you from letting go of fear? What are you concerned about? For me, it was always the fear of perception. I was always scared of what others will perceive me as. That's what was stopping me from doing anything in life, honestly. That was stopping me from healing. That was stopping me from starting this YouTube channel. That was stopping me from getting up sometimes because I just was like, I don't, it stopped me from buying clothes that I like because of what others may have said. It stopped me from doing a lot of things, like truly. When you are tapping into this healed version of yourself, people are going to continuously attack you for it. People are not people are not going to like the healed version of you. They're going to want to keep that unhealed version of you. You have to stand firm and stand strong and understand that the end goal for you matters more than what they want. So it's scary because it removes what y'all had in common. Just continue to wake up every day and choose to be a better you and just be great. Like life is so fun and beautiful if you choose to see it that way. And I'm still struggling like in my life, but I know for a fact that I'm not the same young woman that I was in Jane at all. So I'm choosing to take a stand, look at things more positively, and it's a struggle. A lot of days I fall short. A lot of days you are going to fall short, but I found that when I truly surrendered to God and chose and went to God, that guilty feeling is not what I want to feel ever again. Telling y'all now, you change once you take a stance, say, "Oh, I'm going to change by myself." You're going to feel guilty about doing the things that you used to do, and that's a good thing. It keeps you accountable and it keeps you truthful and honest. So I found myself doing that, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta stop." Thank you for tuning into Najia. Amil, Najia, Amil. Bye, you guys.